And everybody. Oh, I've just found it. Right.
Moggy, come on. Bring your ball.
Right, I'll get that closed. 2 sets, guys. Oh. Okay. So, good evening, everyone. Obviously, I didn't even mention on Prescott Portraits this week. I know a lot of you here on YouTube knew what happened with Mum anyway. I hadn't even addressed TikTok. But no worries. I don't know who Rob was talking to there, but you've got Brian, Paul. Can't lie, don't go off with a bang. Yeah, Morgan's been in a state with them. Ma, very good evening, darling. Kevin and Kate, yeah, that's good. So, Mav, I'm just seeing the comments. I know you guys have been chatting to yourselves because obviously I've not been. I delayed it. I went to put some rolls in my oven. Thought I'd put them in my oven. Set the timer. I haven't put them in my oven, so I delayed myself by about 15-20 minutes. So. Not a big dump as Mav suggested. I'll pop upstairs myself in a minute. Sloco works. There you go, Mav. All goody. I finally got rid of the reaction thing down the side. Yes, I believe you can do it yourselves now as well in the corner, and you can actually turn off the reactions. Which is handy as well because it saves if I haven't done it, it means that it will do it that way. Anyone tried doing any drawings? Alan has. Alan's getting back into it, bless him. He asked me for the paper recommendations and I believe Alan is starting again. And actually, speaking of the devil there, very good evening, Alan, sweetheart. Hope you're keeping okay. And Mick22, very good evening, darling. So yes, I do apologise for a later start. I was planning, but like I said, the slight stuff up with the with the rolls meant I've not really eaten today, so I had to have something. So yeah, I've got my cup of tea. Oh, and talking to Jason. So that seems to be our pre-life thing, is always talking to Jason, and end up being delayed. But obviously I have neglected the Model Rail Cruise social media this week as well with things. I don't know where this last week's gone, to be honest, guys. So I need to get this sorted out as well. I'm still going to persist with TikTok for now. But I am getting to the point that I'm not sure if this is the right time of day for TikTok. So I'm going to keep at it for now because it doesn't harm too much just having it on. But how are you guys keeping anyway? Because like I say, you guys, we haven't really spoken for a week. I know some of the mods and that, but Alan, did I see you were live Saturday, darling? Unfortunately, I was still getting over this migraine. It started Thursday night, and to be honest, I've not got rid of it. I'm still getting headaches and things again. I think massive muscular. I always do this time of year. But I think a test for glasses is also needed for me now. So, sound and vision, good grace. Oh, I've suddenly thought, Rob, we could actually do... I've downloaded the Prescott Portrait videos because we were going to do a video for my Prescott Portraits, weren't we? Just thought about that. So yes, I am here ready. Move my cup of tea out of the way so the iPad can go there. But like I say, unfortunately, I've not had the chance to do anything this week on the portrait. It's just, like I said, this week has flown away with tiredness. I think we both have, haven't we, Rob? We've not been sleeping properly. I think we've been, the door's been open, and especially the first few nights with Mam, we were probably our brains wouldn't switch off, just making sure, that she didn't throw herself down the stairs. So I will get the iPad out and then I can flip it. So if I put that there, where's my end? Oh, Brian, was it you on the mod chat that said about needing Rob for something if we make it on Saturday? We should do, but we don't want to say a definite yes just in case. All depends how the shift goes, obviously. Let me get Apple Music up. There we go. So I need to get the joys of a TikTok as well. Get that up. No, I need that. So how do I open another one? You're going to be an absolute pain in the behind on your computer. Okay. There we go. That's what I needed. Use a second window. Turn the volume off would help. No, I don't want live studio. There we go. So yes, I am just going to set that up and get the comments sorted. Hi, my darling mum is okay, frustrating as always. I've caught her at times not even using a crutch. But, you know, in one sense I can admire that she just wants to get straight up and back to it. I think it just hasn't, not scared her, but it's not made her slow down at all, unfortunately. Which is a worry, because obviously that's when you worry, is she going to hurt herself again? So yes, let me get the TikTok. If I flip the view now so you guys can see Grace Cam, so I just need to get that out of the way for a minute. Transition to that. Although the light doesn't seem to be on it that well tonight. Okay. It's not liking the extra light, is it? I don't know why. Oh, this stand's being funny. It doesn't like me. It never has. Nope. Oh dear. I can tell you when you've not streamed for like a week or that, because everything goes to pot, doesn't it? Right, so how is that view for you guys? I don't actually know what bit I'm going to work on. I still need to sort these out now, so obviously a lot of it is done. But, we do have a little bit of steam as well. Obviously it's not proper steam because it was just merely using the graphite on the blending stumps. That's actually why that's there. I didn't want to waste it. So that's the only reason that I've kind of like started on the smoke as such. Aren't I great when I'm not prepared as always, guys? And Rob told me to get sorted, but like I said, I'm obviously out of the habit. But I think now, looking at this, if we look at it from a like longer perspective, I think we are starting to come along with it now. I am happy with how it's been. You know, it's starting to show shape. Obviously, like I said, lesson learned. Things like this, I will make sure I go off a photo that it was very hard to find the references for that, being the age that this girl is. So Right, let's get the TikTok set up. Let's turn that down so I don't get copyright while I sort it out. Live. Obviously, YouTube does get the priority view. Not winning here, guys. Sorry about this all. Tell me to just go home, it's fine. I better stay in place there. Right. Like I said, I've not even picked this up all week. It's trying to get it into position again. I'm just checking all my sound is sorted. Right. Let me sort out the live and then let's go live. That'll be a plan. Sort out my paper and my magnets. I cannot remember which artist this was. It was actually another artist on TikTok that was doing this. And I was like, oh, I quite like that idea. So, it just prevents me from catching it really. Which I find is a great way to prevent me catching it with my hand, but you guys can still semi-see it. So, yes, I'm just gonna, before this actually, guys, I'm just gonna have my, I've got a cup of tea, and if I don't drink it now, you guys, you know it's gonna go cold, isn't it? But is there any questions actually while I'm just chatting here, drinking my drink so I don't forget it? Is there any questions you guys want to ask? I'll get this playing as well. But I know I need to turn down. And please do let me know the sound as well. Alan darling, have you started doing any drawings yet? I fear this might be a bit loud. Is the chat still working? Because it's quiet. I'm just checking this is still live and I haven't stuffed up. Still broadcasting, so right, let me just look at these settings while I'm and grab and drawing things and making a dedicated area in the front room where I can draw and leave, ready to return to. Oh, nice, Alan. So, you know, I'm lucky. I don't know what I'm going to do once we finally get this area with the extension. Obviously, that is off a while yet because we've still got to build across. But this, funny enough, where I'm drawing now is originally, before we were going to have an extension, where I'd said to Rob about maybe getting one of those artists easel table things. And this is where it was going to be. So you know, that is where I was originally going to put it, but I don't know what I'm going to do when the extension's built there. Because it will make it very tight. I might just have to take the art inside, like when Rob's on his computer. But it is a lot handier when I don't have to put it away, because you guys have seen on the other lives, I just like swap it round, don't I? Swap the railway stuff for the drawing, and it's quite nice to have, but obviously it will become a railway at some point. But that is obviously a little while down the lane. Down the line. Right, so let's get the TikTok on and let's actually do what you guys came here to see. Maybe that might make you guys a bit more interested. So I've gone live on the TikTok now. Should probably change my description, considering I considering I actually am now doing this as well. I've just got to do the bits with it, so just bear with me, guys. It's just the typical setup of it all. This is why I wish YouTube, TikTok, please, if you're listening, please give me my stream key. It would make this a lot easier for me to multi-stream then. Be a lot happier with it if it would. But there we go. And Mick, you've come into TikTok as well, I think, so. Oh, is it? No, I don't know what this is doing. But that is on now, so I've just got to sort that out, and then I've just got to get the comments up on my computer. Oh, it's hidden down the bottom, isn't it? Like I said, it would make things a bit easier for the whole comments and everything, but I think I still need to build the channel. They've said around 5,000 is where you get to see it. But you know, it's one of those things, isn't it, when you're trying to set up things, basically. There we go. I've got my comments there. I've got that there. If I move that across slightly. There we go. I've got both comments. Dan, very good evening. How are you keeping, buddy? We haven't actually released the plans for this week. We were a bit slacking with that, I suppose. Just today ended up just being a lazy and relaxed day. So Mam is doing okay. She's still stubborn. She is out tomorrow though, so I think that might tire her out a little bit. But she's doing okay. You know, I do admire her for being so strong with it and wanting to carry on. It's just hard when you're looking from the outside that she's doing a bit too much too soon. But she's okay, thank you for asking, buddy. And now I've got the hiccups. So I need to work on bringing this down because this is a lot darker. So it's just going through and getting this brought down now as well. Like I said, the smoke, I might end up doing a bit of the smoke while I'm on with you guys. Just obviously it's, like I said, I don't want to waste graphite when that's exactly what I'm going to use for it anyway. Whatever it suggests. And then we'll just see. Yeah, it is good news on them. Like I say, I do admire her. I really do. You know, you've got to admire the strength that she wants to get up and wants to crack on and do things. The only problem with that is, like I said, is doing too much too soon. You know, it's as if she's just had one of her falls where she can just get back up again. I know Rob will probably agree with me. It's so this is almost dark as well. I don't know how I missed that bit there. Hurrah guys, I've actually started drawing. I'm good, thanks. I've been building one of the 4 boards I got free. Oh, nice one. Still an engage, Dan. Ah, hey, bro. You're back in. I'm just using this spare graphite up here, so it's wasting it. I think it shows just how much you actually get off when you blend things. It's almost like I've got a pencil here. One I've been working on is Fictional Heritage Railway. I've been able to get 600. Oh, you're going to do different gauges with different boards. That's pretty cool. Right, so we've got a dark bit here. This needs to come darker. So obviously what I did do between the last live and this is sort some of these rivets out, so they're looking a bit better now as well, not so blank. Before I go any more with this, I need to actually go up a little bit there. Actually going to go to 60 and get this darker. Good evening to those on TikTok as well. So the reason I'm obviously live today is we do have the patrons and members. Are we doing the patrons and members tomorrow, Rob? I think we are. I've been saying that before, but I'm sure we're. And that's what I'm doing today on here. Is the view okay for you guys? Oh, actually, it's a bit. Ooh! Oh, silly thing. That was the phone. Technically, Brian, no, I don't think you can use that because that's not the railway, is it? The phone has literally just done like a 180. Flipped onto my lap. You're safe. Yeah, that's the thing, you couldn't actually see it, so I suppose that saved me a little bit as well, hasn't it? While I'm doing this all needs to come darker actually. While I've got the 6B out. I think my hard thing's always been is you guys seeing as well on the view, and then what you actually see in real life. It's the same like when we work on the railway. I think as well, depending on the angle that the camera's at, it looks different and almost out of shape. And that is the one thing I do struggle with, having to use a phone for TikTok and then the camera for this. Eddie, hi all from NYC. Oh, very good evening. Well, it's not actually good evening there for you, is it? Or for you, what, tea time maybe? And I haven't, are you new? Thank you for joining in. Little bits now, it really does make the difference sorting them out. Oh my god, my dog watched me and Goofy just said, "You keeping us in suspenders." Donald corrects him to keep us in suspense, but Goofy said that's what he said. I've actually always liked that about Disney, that they've always put those kind of jokes in for the adults. I have always liked that about them. You know, you look through movies now and you think, these little things that they say, and you think, oh, hang on. You know, you do catch on to them now you're older. What kind of pencils? So, Eddie, these are the Mars Lumograph Black. Come from HB to 8B. And what these have got is a bit more, not graphite. They've got charcoal in them, so it prevents a lot of shine. The only thing I find is sometimes you need to sharpen your pencil a bit more because you lose that charcoal bit in it. But I found these are fantastic at preventing so much shine. It's unbelievable, and really getting those blacks. You know, this is quite dark, and yet I'm not even at 8B. I think I'm at 7 right down at the bottom. You know, so I've not even used the full gradients that are available to me yet. They're just pencils I really like. Being in America, I think I had some from America before, and you can get them. Amazon is where I got mine from. But the link that I have might work if you look at one of my earlier videos. One of the first ones before I started this commission. I did tag it in there. Obviously, I'm not sure if that link would work for you exactly, but it might bring up suggestions of American suppliers that might do it. So yes, charcoal graphite mix. Like I said, they're absolutely fantastic. You still do get shine. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say there is no shine at all. So when I'm finished, then it will be, you know, we'll get a coat of matte just to bring it down, but it does prevent so much, and it's very robust with all the blending as well. But in the same sense, that can also act as a brings the shine out a bit. So it's working with the medium and getting to know which works best really for you and your style. But I think these cost about £8-9. go through this music again. Sorry guys, I just accidentally caught that there, didn't mean to. Thank you, Eddie. It's definitely taken time. Obviously with this week not much has happened, but it's coming on slowly, but I would rather take my time. It's pushed me out my comfort zone, and I'm glad I was commissioned to do it because it has been a challenge. It's something I may not have thought of doing myself. You know, it's also given me ideas for other things now as well at some point. Obviously, once the commission's done. Have you got a new train you're trying out, Bri? Oh, nice, Brian. What have you found? Oh, God. We'll be in as well. We should hopefully meet you finally on Saturday. Oh, no, we met you at Crew last year. Duh. Oh, my head. Can you tell it's a little bit stuffed? Right, we've never met Brian before. I said to Robbie yesterday. I was like, oh, we'll be able to meet Brian, and I forgot about Crew. That's me on my naughty list, isn't it? I'm just slightly moving this to get me the better angle. So what time is it over in New York, Eddie? I'm rubbish with always the American time differences because you've got so many depending what state you are, haven't you? So I've always been rather rubbish at figuring that one out. This is where it starts going a bit. I've got a bit of light, so what might actually be better at? I'm actually thinking add my colour in and then add the highlights through the shaped. I'm going to say eraser because we've got an American in because I know what the English, whether that actually means over there. Better as well. Right, so what we can do with this, probably a bit of a cheat, but not necessarily. Unfortunately, this angle is always a bit weird on TikTok. It's one thing I do not like. But yeah, so I'm actually going to use this to create my highlights. And some of you have seen before as well. It's a Freewell loco I bought today. Oh, nice one. Just found out my running road is compatible with Freewell. Is that the Hornby one, is it? Or is it a different railroad you've got, Bri? So I'm going to create my like a slightly lighter area with this. And just slowly peck away at it. back and forth with a picture for a minute. It's a lot lighter. And then I can sort out the darker area and then go back. Because this black line there needs thickening up actually. Your squish just like Rob's. Huh? We haven't got Hornby Rolling Road, Bri. We've got the WWS tester, but we haven't got a Rolling Road. Well, unless Rob got it without me knowing. Although I actually got something today. Not a loco, but so that's what I love about this. Because it means I can just pinpoint where I want to put it. That line there, and then I can just fill in the rest. Will need to go a bit darker in a minute, but it allows me to concentrate on the darks first. Free roll, I meant. Oh, sorry, our old 60-year-old gal. Graphite to bring that back down. So I do love that tool, it is one of my favourites. It's actually quite dark on there. Bring that one down now. Go back to the 2B with this. It's made me realise I don't think I need to do a bit more blacks around here. Oh. Oh no, sorry Brian, I actually get you now, like Rob, you mean the free rail part, not the rolling road. How much you get me? 7 up here now. Otherwise you lose that. Definition of that line, really. and won a competition again. What competition? Brian, I just had an identical on arriving post today. Click mention a crocodile click is for using free rail. I'll try him tomorrow, give him a chance. Ah, that's handy, isn't it? So obviously this has changed a lot. Ah, I don't think I went in with a 6B, guys. Because obviously I did this myself to take away from the original, didn't I? Because I wasn't happy with it. And I didn't go in with a 6. That's why it's still quite light. I did wonder. Rolling Road I got feedback says it's like Hornby, one can't tell the difference. Oh, okay. Those another brands made it and they I feel like I'm missing a spoke there on both sides. I don't know how I've managed that. Pete's comp. You know what? I've not even... Pete had a competition. I admit I've barely had time for myself, let alone on social media. I didn't even realise Pete had done... I think one of his was his show. Unfortunately, I don't think Pete is going to be at Crew either this year, which is a shame. I just want to know what you guys have got planned for Rob. I got given a Rolling Road set up for Juice Girl 1 gauge when I answered. And as on a Facebook last year, someone's given out an electric car full of Juice Girl. Huh, handy what you can pick up, isn't it? You know, I think freebie is such a good thing nowadays as well. It also gives people the chance to get rid of bits. I saw a 1 in 4 scale yacht on our freebie the other day. You know, Mars is at 6 foot tall. And it's purely somebody wanted to give, you know, pass it on to get some love and attention because they couldn't give it. So I think it's such a fantastic thing. Bringing these blacks in because I forgot that I hadn't with change up, it never got done. Actually need to blend that together a bit more. I might have to do that with the freezer. On Facebook 2 months ago, someone in Clan did know was giving away 2 remote control planes. Not buy it and fly it ones he'd built from scratch. Facebook can be a pain, but it can sometimes be good. Yeah, and I think it's such a good thing that people would rather give it away than just let it sit there being unused. And like this yacht one was like, you know, just as long as it's loved and you can restore it because I don't have the time kind of thing. Oh, look at us with our 60-year-old girl. Our lady was very happy knowing that she would be loved and used. Bear with me guys, that's Rob. That was the chair.
Yeah, that's cheaper than the home.
Oh yeah?
Like half the price.
Oh yeah?
40 quid.
Jeez, that's a bit of a difference. Does that mean if you get that we're kind of even on spendings this week?
Excuse me?
Well, because of what I got today.
I mean, I bought you. And I bought you the other day. But if I buy me this, we're even.
Well, no, other day doesn't count because it's not railway related.
But I bought you 2 things.
Yes.
And I buy myself this and we're even.
You always say about the railway hire. I'm always getting.
Yeah, but if
stuff
I
and
bought
you're
you,
not.
I've spent money on you, and then I want to spend money on myself. We're even. How does that work?
In terms of a railway bit, you always say how it's always my stuff and not your stuff. Technically, that is for a railway, so that's your side.
But it's all come out of my pocket.
Yeah.
So how would it be even if it's all out of my pocket?
Because it's the fact that it's stuff for the railway. Ow!
Karma.
Brian, you cannot use that. You go and use it
Yeah.
now.
Screenshot, please, Brian.
He won't have seen it, he would have just heard it. There's a micro SD card on the floor. So anybody that doesn't know us from our RGJ, this is just a normal domestic, guys. You know, Rob said to me before how...
Oh yeah, that can do 3 rail as well, can't it?
Yeah, that's what they're just saying. I hope he's looking on the train set shop bargain. About what? What's on the train set shop now, Brian?
No, I'm looking at the link Mav sent for the rolling road.
Yeah, and Brian's just said something, so has Brian suddenly got one on there?
But yeah, you need to go back to school with your maths.
Well, no, you said last time how it's always bits for me for the railway and not you.
But
the
it's all come
scenic
out of my
stuff.
pocket, so how
Yeah,
can
that's not what it's about. It's about in terms of bits that you've got for the railway.
So if I spend 80 quid, you spend no quid, we're even.
In terms of the railway and what's got for the railway,
But
yes.
if it's 80 quid gone out of my pocket and
But
none
it is
out
not
of yours.
about the cost. You said before when we were getting all the scenic stuff, how it was all stuff for me and not anything for you, for the railway. So
Brian
I'm
hasn't got a rolling
saying,
road on his.
no, I don't know what they're talking about. What he wants to buy, that is. A rolling road? He's saying you don't have one. Did I hear that right? Sounded like a train sex shop. No, it could have been me and I said that wrong. Possibly, very possibly. This is me we're talking about.
Brian hasn't got a rolling road on his shop.
I didn't think he had a rolling road. Caring is sharing, Rob. What's yours is hers and what's hers is hers. Exactly, Dan.
Get stuff.
That's not nice.
I'm not a nice person.
That's not nice at all. So obviously you can guess what I'm doing now, guys. But no, I'm not on about cost.
You wouldn't be, would you? Because none of it's coming out of your pocket.
I offered to get the paints today, and you said no.
But we still wouldn't be even if it was all coming out of my pocket.
Yes, because it's for the railway. So you've got something for the railway stuff.
Grace,
I've
Grace,
got something for the
if I had to
railway
put
stuff.
£80 worth of fuel in Maggie, and you put £0 in, does that make us even?
No.
No, thank you.
But I've put, so say 80 quid of fuel, right?
And you put 0
Half
quid
of
in.
that is for my driving, half of that is for your driving.
You're not driving Maggie at the moment.
No, I'm trying to explain with a railway. So it's like the driving.
But you're
half
not...
of the driving is me, half of the driving is you.
But all
right?
the fuel is mine.
But I'm a railway then, so one of the items is for paint for the railway.
Stop for a minute.
And the
Guys,
other item
would
is
you
for
please...
the rolling road.
Guys, would you please explain maths to her? It's obviously not a strong point, same as English.
It's not about cost. It's about the
It wouldn't
items.
be. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be
It's
about
about
cost.
the items.
It's cost you nap all.
It's about the items. You had a go before how it was all this scenic stuff for
Yeah, but
me.
how can we be even?
But this week, it's going to be even because
I
paint's
made
for
80 quid
me,
out of pocket.
Paint's for me
80
and Rolling
quid.
Road for you. You chose to pay for it. I offered and you said, no,
But we're
I'll
not
get
even.
it. It's not about the cost. It's about the bits for the railway.
We're not even.
It's not about the cost.
We're not even. We're not even.
We haven't got it yet, but if you get it, can you share that, please? However, by the power invested in us as your friend and your mischievous little devil on your shoulder, or by the odd brand Rolling Road, by the off-road, the ruddy Rolling Road, guys,
Yeah.
it's not RGJ. No,
No,
but
that is a fair comment. No, Brian is right.
what, by having a domestic?
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not.
Sorry, you
No,
and me
no,
are not going to
Grace,
change.
no. I agree with Brian on this.
Yeah, but it's
I agree with Brian.
handbags at midnight. No, can you share, please? No, I think we
No.
All those in the chat who vote for Rob to buy the Rolling Road and Tornado. Tornado?
What do I need to buy a tornado? What's a tornado got to do with anything?
I don't know.
Little lungs.
No. Somebody wants a cuddle. Me? What about you, Brian? I am confused now. Brian has a tornado?
I'll take his word for that.
YA. Huh? I'm really confused now. Brian, I did buy it, lol. That's why I started this convo off. Oh wait, domestic. Put this on hold.
I'm sorry, Brian is right.
No, he means for domestic. The chat, we do talk about trains. It's not RGJ true, Paul, but it's half of RGJ, and Rob technically that being there makes it RGJ even temporarily. So buy them, Rob. No, I think he meant our domestic, because this is supposed to be like the calm and. Brian, how much are you bringing to crew, by the way? Rob wants to buy something, so I said buy Tornado. Oh, I'm with you. No, you actually have your eye on something else, don't you?
What?
The crossing?
I've already sorted it.
Oh, you've already sorted it.
Come on.
I know he wants cuddles, but he doesn't, does he? That's what I've done here. I now know. That should all be black. That's what was looking wrong. Oh, we have a viewer from New York City.
Cool.
Sorry. Right, actually realise what I've done here. I've done this over enough, I don't think. My favourite rail loco runs like a dream. You know what? That is one of our most reliable. We've not run her for a while, but I bet pound to penny if we got her on, she would run fine.
The track will need cleaning by now.
Yeah, but she's always been reliable though, isn't she? If we take away the track for a minute, she's always clean the track and then she's fine, isn't she? Is Mav behind again? I think Mav's behind again.
Right.
Fight. I think he might be behind.
I think he might be. He's paused it again, hasn't he?
He's paused, no. Mav, when you get to this part that I'm questioning how far behind, just let me know. At the moment, it's 9:08. So let me know when you get to this and then I'll know how far behind you are. I get the same from Claire because I buy for my shed layout but not for the house. We never need anything for the house. She just buys weird stuff. So we're not too bad, are we? Because we're not going to argue if we both spend on the railway. I'm bringing a few bits to crew, mostly for Mav. I'm tempted to do what Robin Grace has done and add a free-wheel track in the double O. Well, that's a handy thing, isn't it? Because you can do things like Heritage Centre. And who came up with that idea? Yeah, and I think it's a nice way because you do get your heritage lines. Here you go, Mav. Giving him a bottle. So that looks a bit better now. So this here, however, is quite alright. So I'm going to use the 2B for it. And LR on TikTok, thank you very much. Welcome aboard to this live. Thank you for liking my live as well. It does help with the trying to push for TikTok. So sorry I missed your comment there. It's just because I'm streaming on YouTube and TikTok. The comments are in different places at the moment. But it is really appreciated. Very white bright line there. So are you new to the lives? I don't recognise your name. I am sorry if you have been on here before. Yeah, heading off again, darling. Oh, just bear with me, guys. I'm just getting the door shut. Me, I want a cuddle. Huh? Who said about a cuddle? I already made a free rail once, a model of the Snowdon Mountain Railway. Okay. And that's Morgan barking. Yes, first time here. Well, very big welcome, darling. I didn't do much this week on TikTok. Just, unfortunately, Rob's mum had a fall. Mentioned it on our train channel. And thank you for follow as well. Mentioned it on our train channel but completely forgot to do the art channel. You know, I'm quite lucky we've got a lot of support from our viewers at the trains. most of them did see the update. I just forgot to do it on there. I will give you a cuddle Saturday, Mav. Aww. So this looks a bit better toned down. I do find sometimes finger blending actually works quite well as well. Mav's happy bunny now. LR, do you have a name? I always find it nice if people have a chance to call them by their name. I don't know why this thing is showing coins out. It's a bit weird. It likes to play it up. I see you got the drive in the wheel shape sorted. Well, it's as best as it's going to be. Stephen doesn't want me to change it now, so, but like I said, next time I managed to sort these wheels out, so I'm a lot happier on them. Obviously this bit should be a bit longer. This should actually be here, and this should be back here. So that's why it looks a bit shorter, but I suppose when you're looking at it from like a distance, it doesn't actually look too bad. And like I said, Stephen said just keep it as it was. I did offer to him to you know, to just kind of blank it off like the rest, but he said no, keep it as it is. So he's quite happy with it, so that's kind of what matters at the end of the day. You know, he's the commissioner at the end of the day, so it's down to what he's happy with and wants. Because I offered him, I said I can sort it out or leave it as is, and he said leave it as it is. But definitely lessons learned, but I suppose that was kind of known when I started this. I'd never done anything like this before. You know, I'm predominantly pets, and suddenly I'm here drawing a train. It's something I never ever imagined that would happen. So a very pleasant and peaceful evening to one and all. Hello Jason, it's been ages since we spoke. Cuddles for Mav. Hi Jason, you should have been here 10 minutes ago. Yeah, you did miss a little domestic. See, this has got way to go in terms of gradients. Like I said, I'd rather not waste the graphite used. So I kind of have skipped ahead, but then haven't at the same point. Oh dear, where's the rewind button? You guys know what we're like. I can't see us ever changing at the end of the day. feels a lot better now. I think now it's kind of been blended in how it should be. I find that even these little things, by doing these, actually makes a massive difference. And it probably sounds stupid, but you know, it is. Not every little helps. That's Tesco's, but it does make that difference doing these little bits. Just adding a few variations of colour here as well. Not massively so, but the blendings have been all the same. Get a bit blended stuff. And Richard, good evening. How are you, darling? Oh, Richard, I've got a question for you. Rob seems to reckon that there is one more Sting train due through this year, and we couldn't seem to find anything, and you're usually spot on with your findings. So if you know of any in this area, please do let us know. Like I said, Rob seems to think there's like one more, but we just couldn't find it, and we always struggle to find out about it, to be honest. Let's sort these buffers out once and for all. Because I'm leaving my rails until after, because you can see I had so many attempts with that as well, but it was just a pain to try and keep it. And now I've realised that's too dark, too light. I need to make that full, I think. Let me start before I do anything. It's sometimes when you get these grading builds up, you can actually realise things should be a bit darker. Alright guys, I'm okay. We'll check for you later and send an email tomorrow. Thank you, Richard. We seem to be useless at finding these things. That's a bit better. Like I said, there is differences now, like we do have the top funnel and that sorted out, and obviously waste graphite. I'm not concentrating on the smoke yet. That's the excess graphite, just to save wasting it. That's a bit better. I think it was still too bright there before. So here it's sorting out these areas, I think, now. Buffers. Let's see what we can do. I'll get my brightness right up. this one is darker, but I took my grandson Ralphie to Dover Priory Station last Thursday to see Climline on steam till Ray Pullman coaches. He was over the moon. Oh, that's lovely, Al. Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. Start them young, keeps them out of trouble. Cars or railways, isn't it? I'm just going to clean up this line as well. Buffers. Make sure I get the gradient right. So this is a 6, but I think I am going to bring it up to a 7. For me it was the 10th time this year to catch. Yeah, so we used to have a lot more, and then they just really seem to have come to a halt here, which is such a shame. And I have seen the Festiniog ones running, but it's only ever when I've been at work. It was actually quite sweet when Rob was off. One of my colleagues, we were down that way, and she was like, train! Because she knows, we're into it. So I got a little video. It wasn't that good, granted, but when you're in the cab and you're driving past and the wall, it was the wrong position ready to get a video. I think I just got it so like Rob could see it. And that is why I need to move my paper over, because I've got the graphite on my hand. So I need to move it over a touch, because otherwise I'm rubbing it off the wheels as well. And I don't want that. Jason will send it to you. Send what to Jason? Oh, I'm saying about rewrite buttons. Grace cannot see anything November, but... Ah, okay. Where did you see that, Richard? Because Rob was looking. He did say December. Blue Pool and HST. I thought we'd seen Steam, but that isn't Steam, is it? But see, this is why we ask you, because you always seem to have it in hand. We can never find it when we want. But yeah, it's such a shame they got rid of so many. started on these, I think. It's looking so much different since I last saw it. It looks almost like a real black and white photo. The detail's incredible. You can see the rivets. Thank you, Jay. So obviously since the last live, I've still got to do the videos, so they're actually on the computer now. But because obviously this week's been manic, we obviously haven't had chance. I've not done any drawing this week. Barely been in the sheds, so they're on the computer. I've just got to sort out a video. So during that, the rivets have now been sorted, because before they were just like white marks waiting for it. So all the all the rivets up to the top as well have kind of been added in now, and we've got the top sorted. I don't know how to sort this bright light at the top, it always bugs me, but I kind of need it there for me to see what I'm doing. But you've also got the steam not properly done. This is just basically waste graphite that's on the blending stumps, and I'll put them there because there's a lot to go, but I think we're really starting to get there with details, and I am happy with how it's coming along. It does take time, and I was hoping to get the coaches sorted, but obviously this week there was no chance of that happening. Royal Advent. Okay, thank you, Richard. I don't know if that's one Rob looked on. It just finds whenever we look for it, we can never find it. But how many, has there been 2 or 3 through here this year, which is such a shame. If we lived Llandudno way, there would be more. But not as many come up to Holyhead now. And that's a shame, you know, and it's obviously mileage and fuel and everything that add up going to Llandudno. And you get the difficulties of where you can film, especially the drone. I don't know if there's anywhere around there Rob could actually have the drone up. Sorry, cannot see steam. A couple going up Chester, keep an eye out. Thank you, Richard. Rob said there was one in December, so that's probably what it is. But he does like his HSTs, so. Also depends what day the 10th of December is. Because it also depends if we're working. 10th of December is a Tuesday, no, so we might be able to come and see it. We're just obviously extremely gutted that he missed the, he didn't have the card cleared. It was so gutting because the view he had before was just brilliant. But by the time he would have bought it down, formatted the cards, he would have missed it, so he just kept it up there and watched it. But there's always a try next year. So... and Jason is, be right back. So need to add a bit more colour here as well, I've just noticed. We just need to add a bit in here. There is more highlights. And I am looking at some point at getting one of those electronic erasers, but 10th of Tuesday. Thank you. Jason will be gone for just over 3 minutes. That's exact, Brian. A little bit of darkness there. And then the shadow. So... this is all quite bright for some reason, so I might have a play with this at some point. And then bring that in as well. Mav, hello, was on the phone. it's these buffers that I know need work, but it's not quite there yet on what I need to. Manage not to show the line there. This one I'm a lot happier with. This needs a little bit of work and bring colour in, I think. So I think we should work on this one now, but I think I'm going to do what I did there and kind of change it a bit just to get those lines in. I'm actually going to flatten that line a bit. And back. Was that 3 minutes? Like that then. Liked what, Bri? Hey, Janet and Bill. Great artwork, Grace. Had our time change last Sunday. 20 degree outside on my patio. 1:34 p.m. Bill and Janet from California. How are you guys doing? It sounds lovely over there. So we've actually had a bit of a weird one with weather. While it's been average of 12 degrees, we've not really had any wind, which is usual for here. So it's actually felt quite warm. I didn't today. I felt quite cold today, but it's been quite pleasant not having wind and rain. Yes, I'm happy we're now back to GMT here, so I don't know. I'm not happy with this. I don't know if I'm gonna try and like bring it back, because I just don't like how it's drawn so differently. It looks a bit odd to me. This here, that's not on that one. I kind of prefer that side and how it looks, so I might try and do like a replicate the same this side as that side. much nicer, I think. We've got a fairly straight bit there. And then we'll start going back. I'm just having an adjustment. Grace maybe time. Exactly, it's officially Grace maybe time again. And that's what I like. So if I look at that shape. Oh, let's go back to the HB for a minute. That was at the beginning. Yeah, so I have, while it was traced initially, I have put my own mark on it, I suppose. It's looking awesome. Thank you, Richard. Oh, that was my sharpener on the floor. I'm just trying to kind of replicate this on this side now. I much prefer it. I was just trying to create that curve. This is where it could all go wrong, guys. I know who don't like it. Let's start this again. Upwards and onwards. Hello darling, how are you? So I am doing a slight change here. I'm trying to get this in a better... Ow! No, not my head. This might take a few drawings back, if that makes sense. Right, that in. And another outtake, yeah. I knew it. I was like trying so hard not to bash my head, but I knew I would. It's just hard, I suppose, when I've got a shape already there from that one. and it's slightly different because it is darker. So it's trying to create that shape at the same point, but try and get the values right with the colour. But, like I said, there's been a lot of lessons learned through this. Bottom it's too thick as well, so I need to get that a bit more in line. There we go, that's a bit better. Is that because it's not mozzarella related? So I don't know if you guys are starting to see the shape now. Now the music sounds like one of Mr. X's shows. Or does he DJ? Drum and bass. It's the only thing, it's what I liked about TikTok, is you do not get infringements for music, but YouTube you do. So it does constrain a lot of what I can play. Also got to consider that this part here is closer up, so you would see a bit more. He does another one of his hobbies. A friend of mine, I've got a friend of mine that's a DJ as well. just pinged you a close up of your age on for more detailed Dr. Hamilton in the NRM. Thank you, darling. The only problem is I can't view it because of doing the TikTok, but I will take a look at it after because it is one of those things I can go back to it. I think this is going to take me a little while until I'm happy with it, because obviously I'm kind of adding it in, and while I'm getting this slowly with the skill, you know, I'm still a long way off. What I need to do is bring that in a touch. Hold on, I'm using the two there. Oops. So I'm looking at the clock and thinking, geez, it's like 10 to 11 already, but it's not. We just still haven't changed it. Right, so this is a bit darker up. It's here, something here is bugging me. I don't know what it is. I think this is actually too thin, especially now that I've moved it along. What I've done actually is done it too high up. So I am only doing 2B with the house arrange at the minute. Ah, there we go. That's the shape I want. It's just something here. Oh, the light is slightly different. Down a touch. Sorry for silence. I'm well, thanks. Just a tad distracted with work. Not a problem, darling. It's lovely to see you popping in, and I totally understand. You know, I wouldn't want you to get in trouble with work, so. Still seeing it right here. I think this is too high, that's why. Hello, Louise, darling. How are you? You keeping okay, sweetheart? I've not caught any of your lives this week with Mum having a fall and that. I've just not had the chance. Unless that's when you say you haven't actually gone live this week. But Guys, what do you think I'm missing with this light? There's something and I cannot put my finger on it. I know that there is obviously, the light difference is there because this side is darker than that. But I feel like I'm missing something and I don't know what it is. Or whether it's just one of those maybe I should walk away from for tonight. And then kind of concentrate off for live maybe to try and get there with it. But there's something that I cannot put my finger on it. I've always been rubbish at replicating something actually. Thank you, Louise, darling. I'm trying to get there slowly with it. And with this week off, I've just sorted this out because I've never been happy with how it was. This possibly might be one of those that I back away from in the interim and then go back to at another point. Because like I said, I think the artist has definitely drawn it slightly different. Even though they would be exactly the same. And I always like this one. You should be proud of it. Thank you, darling. This is just my next challenge, I suppose, this bit. This one's bigger, would you say? Because I think the real thing, I've got your message, Brian. I think, like I said, part of the problem is that is a lighter side than the darker. So like here's quite light, but here it's filled in. And I obviously don't want to change that. It's just this light, I just feel there's something off with it and I can't work out what. Maybe it is just purely the light that's bugging me. That picture I sent you is completely complicated and coloured. That's why it walk away and come back. Yeah. I think I'm going to, like I said, I really liked this one. I think it's because also I'm trying to replicate it. So I think what I'm going to do, I've also got the light difference to consider as well. You know, there is a light difference either side, so that's going to make it look different in itself. So I think for tonight, I'm going to leave this bit with the lights. And then maybe do this one day when I'm just by myself, just doodling. And then maybe have another crack at it. It could just partly be that the lights is what get me. Right one is perfect. This one. You think that's looking okay like that now? I think what doesn't help is it's such a straight line as well. Now dog wanted his supper. So yeah, I think part of it is the light issue. And I'm trying to replicate something of a completely different light. So yeah, I do agree with Alan. I think I'm gonna, now I take a step back, I think it is actually looking the shape. It's just, I need to figure out the highlighting and low lighting, I think, with this one now. Is what would be darker and what would be lighter. So that's what I need to have a play with at some point, because this would be darker. So I think for now, that light is being left. I mean, now I've taken a step back, it is looking a bit better actually. They're kind of in line now where they weren't before. And this is the problem of being a perfectionist sometimes. So I think what we can do is actually move it over. Or do I do the cloud? What should I do, guys? Should I do a bit more, start a bit off a cloud? Because all this is done now as well. Like I said, it's just not been on me drawing. Do I start some of the cloud or do I continue with the carriages? What do you think? Oh, sugar. Oh, is it still there? Oh, that's lucky. Do I feel like doing? So I was kind of telling myself I wasn't going to do the smoke, but I'm kind of like, I really want to do it. And I think when I start getting, so I've just got to move around the videos a bit, TikTok camera and YouTube camera to get there. I do not know how to get rid of that shine, guys. That's the only issue. No matter how I turn it, it likes the shine up there. Just the camera does not like this light, I suppose. How does that look for you guys over on YouTube? Clouds take a break away from the engine. Yeah, how does that look for you guys? Because I notice on my screen, it's showing here is very washed out. So obviously I don't want to crack on with it if you guys are struggling to see it unless I lift it up a touch. That might sort it out. Do let me know. But obviously you guys are seeing it slightly different from me over on YouTube. I think as well, once I start getting the clouds in, it's going to start to pop a bit. As Jason and Barnabas knows, I tend to go off work to enjoy live streams. No, I know that, darling. Like I said, I just don't want you to get in trouble. So what I might do is see if I can lift it up, because the TikTok is fine with the view, but if I can lift you guys on YouTube, like I said, it'll be so much easier when I just have the one camera to worry about. You're having full background, so yes, Alan darling, I am doing a full background. So what I'm actually going to do is, I imagine Rob has zoomed this in a touch, so I'm just gonna see about zooming it out. No, it's zoomed out, dang it. And Chris, very good evening, darling. So Rob is actually upstairs. He tends to Well, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Oh, 2 secs, Rob. Get myself in a tangle here. Foreman's sick and boss is out, so I get free reign of everything.
You're obviously talking about.
Yeah, we just had about Chris. Grace and everyone is in. No, I just seen if the camera was zoomed out or not. And it is. So the first thing I'm going to do here, guys, which is going to seem a bit odd, is I'm going to go with the HB all around the smoke, because obviously that is a basic colour. But that will allow me to get a bit more of the smoke. I just need that line. Oh, this is too sharp. 2 seconds, guys. I might need to blend this down. See, that's way too much. It doesn't help. This has got all the graphite on. I forgot. So let's get this excess graphite into the cloud.
Jason was asking about these.
Oh, about the books.
Yes.
So again, this is nothing like the clouds are going to be. I'm just using this as my base. So then add more in. Like I said, this just gets rid of the graphite on this blending stump and saves wasting it. That mistake I made just there. What's that? Oh, sorry. So obviously at the beginning it might seem like it's the same colour, but this needs to go much darker. So sorry. Oh yeah, I'll sort it in a second. Sorry guys, ASMR blending down my blending stuff. Because I need this extremely light. I really don't want to. Oh. And I think I need to go up to 4B for a second just to get this line right. Just so I don't lose that. Quick jump to 4B again. ready. Let's get that door closed. Alright, so I think actually what I'm going to do is go up a gradient from my first bit, because this is very, very dark. So if I go to the 2B for the bottom for a minute, I'm back to the working up like an extra gradient. I'm going to work in one higher to do the shadows and things. Move this one up. I'll sort that out as well. Oh, don't go on me. Yeah, sorry guys, just sorting out a tripod for the phone. Now don't move. Good, it listened. Right, let's get you there, so I've got a bit of wiggle room. Grey spots for white line on the chimney. It's the shadow line. I've actually lost a bit there. That needs to come darker. So this here is actually. Ooh, my phone's going again. Is it going to stay? Yes. So this is actually a shadow line, Richard. But right now this is probably all going to go a bit skew with because of using a blending stump around it. So like down at the bottom I was having to go over things again. This is going to involve me a bit of back and forth with it really. What I might do is, how's that for you guys? I know you don't see as much of a train over on YouTube. But okay, I'm just going to use that excess graphite. And then we can start building in the shadows. Not likely, Richard. I'm only one at my work interested in railways, and he does to say they take the mickey a lot. Oh, that's not fair, is it? Because that's kind of like your hobby. So, because I've already still having my odd tech issue. So know what it is. Oh, I've forgotten your name, haven't I? I'm sorry, darling. But what it is because TikTok, I tried to stream with OBS on TikTok as well as YouTube at the same time. But it seems that I need to have a lot more followers than you're able to go live. It's not official, but from what others say, I need about 5,000 over on TikTok before it will give me my stream key. So because of that, to enable me to go live on both at the same time, I've literally got the camera here, and then I've got the phone. I can actually show you because I can use the face camera, can't I? So let me switch it for a second on OBS. So I don't know, I can't obviously go far with this because it's only a small wire, but I've literally got the Kio camera here and then the phone camera here. So it's the only way at the moment I can go live on both. And I thought rather than going live and doing two different lives, you know, we do enough anyway. So I thought to save doing that, I'd just have to do it on my phone until I can get a stream key. And if it takes a while, it takes a while, but you know, I do try and give YouTube the best view, so it can make the other one look a bit distorted, but this is hopefully now where we get to see some difference in the steam as it starts coming together now. Like I said, that with the blending stuff's only ever been waste, and it's not been used to create it exactly, unlike the cloud down at the bottom. So this is now where we start building it up. Mav is, I imagine, still in, but he could be answering calls because he's technically working, Dan, so he is probably in. He's just maybe had to sort something out with work at the minute. This is merely 2B at the minute. Richard, I'll get back at those jokers in a way I can't say on YouTube. I'm not too worried if they take the mickey as theme season starts this week. So I'm working on traction engines this weekend. Nice. You tried Twitch and live streaming. It's used a lot by gamers, but started to grow in other areas. Yeah, it's not something drawing that it's really taken off with, Dan. So, you know, TikTok's absolutely fine. It's just, I imagine with Twitch, it's possibly the same kind of thing as well. So I've just got to kind of deal with it. But I think a lot of hobbies are struggling a touch because obviously there was a big boom of all these things during COVID. And then suddenly everyone's gone back to normal lives now. So I think a lot of people are finding things aren't as busy or things like that. So at the moment, guys, I'm just merely picking out areas that are darker for a second. So it'll probably look odd for a little bit until it really starts getting the different gradients in there. So bear with the process. Yeah, behave, Paul, that's you in the naughty corner. Drummer Coronation reminds me of the time I spent a week drawing the front cover of a Hornby catalogue. The catalogue was one from the 80s. The Alligator A4 bitten on the front cover. Yeah, probably drew it a lot quicker than I'm drawing. Well, like I said, I am really glad that Stephen challenged me to this, because I don't think it would probably ever be something I would have considered. You know, and now, like I said, I've started doing this. It has given me ideas for other things, and obviously those things will have to wait in the meantime because the commission comes first. But you know, it's shown me that by stepping out my comfort box, maybe it's like I said, this looks dark now, but we are merely on 2B at the minute. highlight, so long way to go. Like I said, it's been a fun challenge, to be honest. And blend out. Mark, very good evening, darling. Right, I can only detect drawing, studied engineering for 5 years, left the mark. I love drawing on big grey paper, blocking in the areas with charcoal and chalk, then detailing the focal areas with 2 to 6B. So yeah, it probably, the smoke right now probably looks extremely weird. But obviously that is the process at the moment. Because I've always tried to kind of build up the gradient slowly. Got this here. Got the next line here. I've actually lost myself with the line when I drew it, actually, I've just realised. Oh yeah, I think I know what I've done now. Like I said, still a long way to go. This is only 2B at this point. Obviously, the lines themselves are quite straight. Eventually, this kind of inside colour is going to be what goes here. Hi, Captain Sick. How's a good lady? Smoke steam looks like it has a face in it. Scarecrow face from Dark Knight. Oh, don't go there. I've already had Rob with Star Wars with the face of a loco. Smoke really looks like a skull wearing the mask of Zorro. See, I can't see that right now, but like I said, this is the kind of fun bit. Oops, I don't know what happened now. Right, I sent another 2 times. Yeah, we both saw the face in the smoke. But I find this bit a little bit frustrating. Because this is a point when I kind of question myself. But that's purely because there's a long way to go. Yep, now it looks like it has a unibrow scowl. I'm missing one. Hold on, what am I doing here? I've got to look at my lines because I think I've stuffed up slightly with my lines. That's a second. There's right at the bottom. That line's there. That's the one. That's for two. Ah, so it starts back here. One somewhere. I've missed a line somewhere. Oh. Looks more like a low ranking pirate now. Also see a Japanese anime face between white stripes to the side, but on the front, middle weird nose with eyes either side. Yeah, so basically, I suppose it gives you something to not look at this god-awful mess at the minute. What faces can we see in it today? Like I said, I've missed something in the clouds. It's supposed to be there. 1, 2. Yeah, so where am I missing it? I've done something here. Another one there. Ah, that's what I've done. Yeah, because there's actually 2 in here. That's why. So that is too high. I did wonder if it looked a bit. Mouth open to say arr. Oh dear, what am I going to do with you guys? Flying and went into stairs. I could see. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to work out my lines that I did here. Right, so that's that one. That sounds that one. There's another here. Only very... It's supposed to be a bit of a gap. I'm doing my mad talking to myself as always, guys. Get best sense in, I suppose. All joking aside, it's looking lovely. Thank you, buddy. Ah, to be honest, I'm kind of enjoying what you guys are coming up with. I think it's quite funny. God, it's you called somebody to try and rob in a mood when he would wind you earlier in the stream. Ooh. So, Alan darling, I am going to do that. What I use is then use that eraser that I've got to add like the highlights in. It's just something with this smoke I'm not happy with at the moment. It doesn't quite look right. So I've got to go so much darker on this yet. I'm just starting off with the darkest part yet to expand from there. Build it up, add the shadow and that in. I'm literally at 2B at the minute. Angular. So yeah, like I said, I think that issue is until I start getting my shadows and until I've got that darker colour I can't add in my highlights. So I think that's why my mind's doing a bit of a stuff up at the moment, because I'm not quite there yet. I need to have the darker in to get it right. That's the annoying thing about it. You're doing great, excuse my comment, little fab. No, Alan, I get it, darling. Like I said, it is a learning process for me, and I think like down here and that, it wasn't too bad because it's not as dark. It's that lights thing. I'm showing it as if you can see it. The smoke by the wheels. Oh, I think my phone died. Oh well. That's for TikTok done, because it is dead. And that's what I say, it's not my priority. So, unfortunately, I've probably lost that one now. 2 secs. Oh, live pause will be back soon, so you never know. Maybe it will charge up and I'll get some life in it. We'll see. Like I said, you guys are priority though. Grace, for your next picture off this, have a reference it upside down and you have to draw it correctly way without... Yeah, no chance, Dan. Absolutely no chance. Oh, so we have life. I kind of wanted to let it to get a little bit of battery before I did, but that one no. But I doubt it will show. No, I don't want you. It's giving me what I don't want. Why mess with a good thing? No, it won't even open. No. So, I don't know how that's going to end. Considering it, hopefully it automatically. Never seen mummy movies, not even the actress in a bikini. I've just seen the smoke with finish a darker shade where the loco should be. Yeah, like I said, this is all a first for me, so you know, at the end of the day, it's all an experiment as such. They said, oh, what about Mummy? I have a museum. This is where I thought I'd have the trace line problems, and I do. So I've kind of got to get right in there with a pencil to get that line filled in almost. Guess I have another lesson learned with that. Just realised us jokers are taking a mickey. Oh, mine? Oh, don't be daft. To have a laugh. Don't worry about it, bud, honestly. Advertising post at the time made sure of it, Richard. Oh no, let's get back to the picture. Oh, don't, Richard, I don't mind. On there, Brendan version of Mo, Willie's and Tom Cruise version of Jane. I know Brendan did it, didn't he? That's my trade humour. At least none of us are cursing. No, it's obviously... I know RGJ not as much anymore, but this is a slightly more behaved channel. Because it's that chilled... I need to try and get these lines filled in. It's not gone too bad there, but here it really didn't want to fill in. That is what I need gone. Rooster's fact of the day for you all. Thank you, Richard. So Richard's just steaming along nicely. Dead chuff she will be. We'll get my coat. So it's just filling in this trace line. Never again. I should have just, I think, explained to Richard I'd not done the trace the right way, the fact that you've got to flip it over. So I had to do indent lines instead. Because this is A3, I had to get the picture a lovely person on, funny enough, off eBay again. Printed it out for me. because I don't have an Avery printer, so. Either side. Smoke gets in your eyes. We're more refined. Grace, I blame Rob. It's fine, he's not here. You can blame him all you want. I'm going to model what's trending shit and it's a sod needs 8mm bells we're just packing it all out with a bit something to stick to, not a great sign. Oh, okay, you're doing a video on it, Chris. I've got such a graphite here I can use for needs cloud. Smoke. Waste not, want not. I remember when sheet paper was blank, then comes Grace giving a tree a tattoo. Oh, like I said, it's definitely been an experience for sure. Lots has been learnt. But I do kind of like creating smoke now, I have to admit. Smoke looks like a mummy now. Yeah, I don't want that playing. Bear with, guys. Why is that on there? That should not be on there. Imagine Dragons, what on earth? Oh, autoplay similar music. No, thank you. We don't want that. That was kind of good that I realised. Ah, well, that'll be a copyright strike. Probably. I just spent ages trying to figure out what third thing was for pizza competition when I realised that Danny May's already swooped in and won again. So sorry guys, I'm just sort of music out again. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave a TikTok and see what it does. It's not as if it really does anything anyway. Michelin Man, yeah, it does actually at the moment, doesn't it? It's quite funny how it's coming together. said, it's very basic at the moment. I will probably add more gradients as I go on. So you produce a lot of videos now, at least for mics will get used and not stuffing it. Oh, has he won some mics? Like I said, I haven't unfortunately even seen Pete's video. I've been a bit quiet this week. Like I said, I didn't even like people on TikTok. I wasn't drawing. I didn't know Pete was doing kind, so I missed out as well. Yeah, I completely missed out. Is it? I don't know, unless he's got a deadline and. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just thinking again. So I can use that as a way to get that covered in after. Or was it that one? Sugar. No, I think it's this one. Ooh, it's not blending as well. What do I do when it doesn't blend as well? Just get it out and start again. Couldn't find items, so gave up. I really got a line more plan. Currently working on 3 baseballs I got me. Heritage Railway. Where's Mark's too busy enjoying? Where's Mark's coming? I can't see. Oh, well, Warren Mavis didn't even Pete done competition first place, so I missed out as well. Like I said, I didn't know, but then I've not really been on YouTube or anything. I think we popped in on Andy's at work on Sunday, and that's been about it. Miss Jason and Mark's videos because I had a migraine. So it's all gone well this week apparently. I actually think that needs to be up there. There's that one, isn't it? That's there. I think I've done these lines slightly wrong, guys. Or at least now I'm confusing myself with them. That one. Stuff it. Making this my own anyway. Not worried, Mark. So he's enjoying everyone's company here, even Paul's lines. Pete said in a video and an email he didn't know how I knew. Asked if I had cameras in his house. It was about his previous competition he won as well. I didn't even realise he did a previous one. When was that? I think it's a shame he won't be there on weekend at Crew, will he? Start doing. Just gonna get extra scrap right here. Let's just start bringing this together a bit. Oh, this one's harder to do, that's for sure. Cardamia now microphone. I wonder if there's any channel giving away houses. That's more important than this go on charge. Yeah, making messes like I go along. Oh, where have I dropped that? I don't know. Right, let's just have a quick look at that. So it's a bit dark around here as well. We're behind YouTube at the moment. Starting off there at home, so apologies. Oh, it's fine, Mark. It's like me. I've, especially this last week, done absolutely nothing on YouTube. You know, I wasn't even really in our video this week. Kind of all left to Rob. That one where he tattooed an animal. His tattoo story? Ah. We are darker at the bottom of this whole thing. I told the dude have a car company name and brand tattoo. Ooh, I'm not even a bloke and I feel that for you guys. Owies. That's gotta hurt. So right at this moment, the smoke does not look at all realistic. I think I've still got a long way to go with it. Storytime with Upwell, sponsored by Prescott Portraits. Right, so this is better now with this. Sorry guys, I'm not concentrating as much. I might take a break for a second because it also gives me a minute to take a step back and look at what I'm doing. Please say his tattooed his name, and then it's Bob and Cold, and Bobby won warm. Yeah, when you got a free car, that's cool, but too bad it was a Mini. I had the Avengers logo tattooed on my wrist on my 50th birthday when I was drunk. You think the car company was telling the guy something when they sent him a Mini and not the BMW M3? Yeah, Sarah is improving, Mav. It's just going to take time. Hopefully now she's had her MRI scan earlier than expected, results will get to her consultant quicker. This is her problem with Mam now. Hers is muscular rather than bones. And I say it can be worse than having a break in my bone. Could have been worse. It could have been Buzz Lightyear. Gracious wondering when you were calling it a night. To be honest, I hadn't looked until the time until now. So I don't know how much longer I am going to be. I feel like this wasn't going too bad and I may have potentially stuffed up a touch. But obviously it's going to be so hard until I get more gradients in to really know, or whether I can just grow some big girl pants and, you know, not make it like in the picture properly, because at the end of the day it was a different medium used as well. Just go with my gut. I'd like it would have been quite cool. That is good new Mark. That's until he sings a song about his friends, Chris. Well, it's that time of night with Grace on its second 2D peak and the night with 3D realistic smoke effects. I'm actually quite careful with this because I tend to not want to go near the toilet it's being painted, but Stephen knows I do, so. Looks incredible so far. Thank you, Brian. I think I'm critiquing myself too soon. For Christ's sake, I'm only on 2B. You know, I'm not even anywhere near yet. So I think I am being way too harsh considering I've only just started it. But I do need to get the coaches finished because that's what I said to myself I was going to do and I didn't. I've obviously gone ahead with this. But I think sometimes you do need to swap and change. So what I might do is I'll find out if Rob's coming down again, and if he is, and I might stay until he's down. If not, I might pardon me. Yeah, I think looking at that picture now, I think the problem is it's a curved light, but the artist didn't get that. Like I said, it's mistakes. I'm a bit happier now I've stepped away from it. But like I said, it is definitely next time. I think I need to get more references with, you know, with better looks into it before I actually start drawing. I just was not confident enough. Get the coaches finished, Grace. There you go. That's my bit of coaching done. That was awful. And like Brian, darling. Yes, hopefully Mel, she needs to be some physio on it, but we all know how bad NHS is at the moment. Who knows how long it'll take to organise and come through. prices are dying. That's the only problem, because I've turned the screen up to obviously look, part of obviously what is going to change the clouds slightly in shadows, and that is obviously these indent lines, because I'm having to go darker at the indent lines, so I think I'll use those as where I build up a bit of the colour and use the picture as a rough guideline on it, you know. So just bear with me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to mute you for a minute. So I've just had a quick word with Rob, guys. He's still quite awake, so if people are people still wanting to stick around, because I will go on for a little bit longer then. I do just need to pop to the little girl's room though. And then maybe I'll try and do a bit more with the smoke. But do let me know, because if it's obviously at the point that people want to say goodnight, then there's no point in continuing. But if people want to stick around for a little bit longer, then I will go for a little bit longer. So just let me know, guys. My art teacher in school was like a celebrity, apparently. He said when he was doing pics like this, as times he did a complete background first, then laid the object on top. So I've obviously done the opposite. I've done the object first, because I found that would help me with the backgrounds to make sure that it was, you know, not too dark. So do let me know if people plan to stick around for a bit though, because I'll continue for a bit longer. Grace reveals her secret. She traced it with Tracy. I said that from the start, Dan. I've never denied that I'm a trace from the start. And that's what I said. The pets is a lot easier because it's very rough lines. The smoke is kind of like with the pet portraits what I do. It's a very rough lines, and then I'll fill in from there. But obviously I made no denies at any point that I trace. Especially something like this, I wasn't gonna not do. Oh, I'm just gonna pop out for a minute anyway, guys, and then I will be back. So let me know if people are going to bed though, because then I might call it a night. But unfortunately, Mother Nature is calling for a minute. I'm watching your progress and picking up tips too. I'll be back in a minute, guys. it's chilly out there now, that's for sure. I think the warm jumper that the cat actually stole and I stole back is not a big purple thing. Yeah. I did put it on the right one. Right, sorry guys. You know, when you gotta go, you gotta go. So this will probably look a bit odd now, but obviously I've done this as a way that I'm not gonna catch the train. As I'm doing it. Nope. Oh dear, where's that gone? Oh no, I've lost my magnet. Good job I've got a spare in it. Oh, that's connected to something. I heard that. Ah, throwing it around again. Right, move it slowly, guys. That's the problem. I'm moving it too quick. God knows where that has gone. That's the only problem when I rush it. I put it somewhere. Oh, I'm sure it's turn up. You always do. Find a magnet with me. That'll be the new life. Oh, it's gone somewhere, but I don't know where. I think I might need to get bigger magnets to save me doing this. That's for another day, I think. Right, let's try that again. Ah, there's one of them. Oh, got it. I'm watching your progress and picking up tips too. You're picking up tips from me? I used to lecture in Cardiff Art School. I let people do what they wanted. That then got free with the drawings and get them to draw larger. I love big art. So yeah, one of these days maybe I'll do something a lot bigger, but a few basic perspective lines and then big box of colour, then filling in the details. So yeah, this is obviously, I've never denied that I'm a trace artist. The pet portrait I definitely thought was a lot easier when it came to the trace. There's a lot less hours that actually went into that because it's very quick lines like the setup for the clouds. But obviously because I'd never done a loco before and it was confidence, I didn't even dare deviate from the drawing that I've obviously got my reference from. So that's partly that. But like I said, it's something I've never denied. I've always said that I'm a trace artist. And, you know, it's actually quite common. You know, maybe as years go on and I get better, I don't know. I've never been any good at drawing art, so I'm not really qualified to give an expert opinion on it. Sounds a whole lot better than my art teacher at secondary school, head of the art department. He was nearly destroyed my love of drawing. Haven't drawn anything freehand for a long time. I use Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator to do some things now. Hated my art teacher in the 70s. He was good at hot playing brat who had his room of 6 on girls. Oh, just had to nip out back now. What have I missed? Me losing a magnet, Richard. Losing a magnet, first sign of descending into Magnus. Painting was never my strong suit, and I finally produced something that I was proud of. He simply picked it up, cut it into squares, shot a lot of glue over another piece of paper, and said to make it into a mosaic. Paint ran everywhere. Only time I ever walked out of class. Look under. The magnet has got stuck somewhere. So yeah, I actually didn't even think this is magnetic. So I've just used that to grab it and find it. So I'm gonna go on for a little will you work from photos next time. So obviously part of the problem was, Alan darling, is because I couldn't find a photo of her running, because like I said, first train, I wanted to get one of her running so I had an idea, but obviously I think the next time, even if I use something like this drawing where I've changed things myself along the way, I'll have a lot more confidence to do it. So I'll get photo references as well, so like at the Boston by the Will, that mistake shouldn't happen, because I'll look at it straight away and go, right, that isn't right, I need to change it now. Problem is with things like that is it's too far along now for me. I think to make any changes, it's so many hours work that I would lose, and you know, I dread to think the amount of hours I put into this now. So again, I'm just using my waste graphite here to get some of the lighter colour in. So as we really develop that smoke, let's see the line here. The sky. But yeah, like I said, there's definitely things that I've learned now, and definitely things I'll do next time. But Stephen, you know, he's happy. He knew when I was doing this. I'd never done something like this before. And it's all kind of part of a process, I suppose. It's definitely been a journey for me. So like I said, because I stuffed up with the trace, I think a lot of these, bottom line, it's going to be quite dark, or at least a little bit, to hide these trace lines that I'd obviously stuffed up on. But it's because I'd already asked Stephen what way he wanted train facing, and he chose this way. And I didn't think about that when I got it printed for tracing, because I've not used tracing paper in years. I was going to use my app that I use, but I just wasn't winning with it because of how long it was taking. It kept crashing, and then you lose your position that you're going from. So. Who's off to Crewe on Saturday, by the way? I know Brian is. Who else is going to be at Crewe on Saturday? Looks like how I stuffed up here on the reference as well, is this was actually very fine cloud at that point, so I'm going to have to extend it down a bit to make it actually look normal. Has anyone ever noticed how 90% of the time you always see model locomotives and painted to what locomotives travelling right to left? Okay, that was pure fluke, but I suppose maybe because, no, I don't know, because we read from the left to the right, sorry, so this is like your dominant side, I don't know. It's not actually something I thought about until you've just said. Not me, as I'm usually at work. Oh, that's a shame, Mark. Have you booked off Model Rail Crew next year, though? Because it would be lovely to see you again. I think, Alan, you're coming, aren't you, darling? I hope to be at crew next year, not this weekend, it's too far, short notice. Ah, okay. That's a shame, but I think Model Rail Crew is the one we are always going to book in. We should be there, depending, you know, never say for sure how our nights will go at work. And obviously with just Rob driving at the moment, it's also depending how he feels. In the old westerns, the good guys went left to right and baddies went left to right and right to left. True. Ha! I should be going on Saturday, but Sue cannot go. We'll take her on Sunday as well. Okay, so we will see you hopefully on Saturday. Shame we will miss Sue though. That's a new tactic there, Richard. Earmark what you want on the Saturday and buy on the Sunday under supervision. That was weird. Did anyone see those lines just there? Other way around then. That's what I mean. That's why we're very lucky that obviously we can kind of both not argue with each other if one of us wants something. It's obviously it depends on finances, but one can't say, oh well, you got this from the railway show, because I don't know. I don't know if we're going to spend anything. It depends. I've obviously had my paints this week. What I'm doing at the moment is only going with the HB, but I'm just trying to get these lines, which is unfortunately what might make it a bit more obvious. But if I try and maybe do the darker at the bottom, hopefully that will blend it in a bit. Like here it's not too bad. Do different patches. Not yet, Grace, but I'll look at what holiday that I want to book for next year soon. I just start hoping by a loco. It's Chris. Yes, I saw those lines. So that was me actually trying to turn the light up. I think because it's in the extension, I think we figured out, because it's in the extension, it's like there's not enough power. But let's make the screen a bit brighter, so. Steam smoke looks like the croc giving the side eye towards the camera while smoking a rolled up smoke. I don't actually, yeah, I just noticed that. He's a baddie, he's going left to right. Sorry, chat disappeared. Shame she will miss you and Rob, but we'll see you at Model Rail Crew. Yeah, like I said, we're hoping to. You never know what can happen. Obviously, it depends the kind of shift we have, and you know, as to if we do come. But the plan is obviously Saturday. We're working Sunday, but if we're going to come over 2 days, it will be Saturday. But it is kind of like a last minute decision, unfortunately, because like I said, it's not me driving. It's like the dragon from High Volvo engine. Somebody screenshot it. So I'm actually going to be a bit braver and start using the 4B on the real dark, but I am going to have to call this a night soon, because I know we're not working tomorrow, but it's not fair on Rob me coming up too late. Tried that Christ out of the I've gone into warehouse at 100 outlays and over it. Wait later, haven't sent them out yet. So again now, because I'm adding the darker, is when I can start adding in further in as well. But I've got to bear in mind that it will be quite funneled initially. Point I'm not drawing straight, because you're never going to have, just kind of letting this flow really. Yeah, I got an antibiotic 50 quid on my hand torch and site went slow a couple of years ago. Huh, is that just people weren't buying at the time? bargain one. They reduced the packet to £68, 50% off. Because that is not covering. That website got overloaded so many times, and no one else could outbid me, so I won it. Still need to get my big plus, because it's, to me, that's really showing off the steam as it's being pushed out. So this is why I've kind of got to follow the picture a bit, because I need to make sure I get that in. It's like that ring that's created almost. Make a picture on, so to speak. Should I just channel name or I name as Seen Smoke as your signature? Yeah, that would bug me too much. See, this is what I've got to debate, what I've actually got to do, whether I'm going to sign it at bottom, top, or how I'm going to sign it as well. That is something I haven't decided yet. giving that direction of going up as well, which I think I need, which is what I've kind of lost, is that directional, that illusion that it's being pushed up, rather than being just, you know, just a block. I do need to call it a night, because it is not going to be fair to Rob. It's dangerous when you're an artist and get into something, but I have got to be fair and think of Rob. Oh, I should have done this coming here earlier. So this probably does look a bit rough right now. Obviously at this point this is purely trying to set things up. You know, it's the combination of this eraser as well. So add in some like highlights and movement as well. So I think a long way to go, but I am going to have to call it a night, guys, because like I said, it's not fair on Rob. And like I said, I could probably be at this all night if I wanted. It was dangerous when I used to live on my own, but if I try and pull it away so we can see where we're at. This is how we're looking at the moment. It looks a lot darker to you guys than it actually is here. Now that helps a bit. But as you can see, we are starting to get somewhere with it now. Obviously, there's a long way to go. Well, like I said, I think tomorrow I'm actually going to crack on with these coaches, because I said I wasn't going to do that. The only way I might leave that to focus on here is to then my papers. You know, I don't know. I was thinking of doing my loco first, but it might be important now I'm building things up, just to start doing my background and foregrounds and like work myself that way, just so I don't build too much up and have to worry about getting graphite all over my hand. No, I know, Mav, I did continue. I went off because I dropped into Rob to find out what he was doing, and he said he was watching a film. So I thought I'd continue for a little while longer. But the problem is, if I stick around too much, the way I'm getting into this, I'd have been going to bed at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Not that I've done that before. And the other issue I've got is devices are starting to lose charge and things like that as well, so I don't know how well it will show, but No, it's not bright enough because, like I said, that is going to die soon. So I've kind of got to be careful. But I always take a picture so I can get it over to Stephen. You know, at the end of the day, because he wasn't in tonight. So I thank you guys as always. I am going to call it a night. I do have a footage ready. I'm obviously going to stop her a minute for obvious reasons, so I don't have to do it when I go in. But yeah, I do have footage to do the video. That's maybe get something sorted tomorrow, and that's just to kind of get you up to the process. So like the coals, sorting out this bar properly. I think the lines might have to go a bit darker actually. And doing some more work on the carriages was recorded. But I now am in a debate of whether to just start going like this. So that way I can like move my hand across. Looking fantastic. Thank you, Dan. Well, you were getting me worried for a bit, Grace. You were never still in your life by the time I finished work, but thanks for hosting. I've got to be fair to Rob, otherwise I would probably carry on, bud. Really good, bro. Looks Grace, I sent you a picture of smoke via email. Thank you, darling. Like I said, my only real bugger up of the whole thing was obviously the trace lines, and that might affect how it looks. But this is a learning experience as well as it being a commission. So, and I don't know whether to... It's obviously got to go a lot darker. There's still a lot that's extremely light at the moment. And obviously, fear not, the smoke does come up more on the page. So I might get like an initial out. I don't know at this point. I've got to try not to go too quick, because you don't want a headache migraine as well. Thank you, Richard. I need to go and get tested for I have a feeling they might give me glasses again. I don't know, but I need to sort my blue light card out before I go for my eye test. Unfortunately, Richard, she does, but he's not in the shed. I'm not that kind of woman. I'm a very unusual breed, mate. Apparently it helps, or so I've been told. Really lifelike. Thank you, Richard. She managed to either cope with or ignore you, though, Dan. Couldn't resist that. Oh, ow! Claws are out, Mav. Do you want me to, you know, file them down a bit? True, Mav. So, again, just so I know, who's on crew on Saturday, guys? Actually, looking at it, it's really good. So, yeah, as I said, luckily I've still got gradients to go with the smoke anyway. But obviously, I think that might affect... It might look a bit weird. But rather than blend out, but I do have room at the top to kind of put it out a bit more, maybe. Might even bring this down a bit just because of how fast it's travelling. So Richard coming on Saturday. Eye test, risky race, risky for Rob though when you finally see him clearly. No, don't worry, I think it's just in front of things too much. Looking really good, just take it at your own pace. Thank you, Paul, darling. So Richard, hopefully see you on Saturday. And there, Grace, you and Rob better not drop out now. It depends how he feels, Mav, darling. You know, at the end of the day, because we're waiting for the insurance renewal to add me back on, because this company would not insure me for some reason. Even though considering Maggie and her horsepower. So we're waiting for it to end to then go elsewhere. So, because it is going to be Rob only driving, not me, it will depend how he feels. You know, there's no way to know how our shift's going to go. I wish I could predict it. But we're at a different hospital as well, so that adds things in. I won't be at crew this weekend. We'll be busy in the shed at Llangollen, helping to visit call locomotive. Alexa, stop. And I wonder if Rob's done that as a little thing to let me know as well. So now I'm finished what I was doing, creating a smoke of my own. I'm going to head off, guys. I thank you all as always. I will bid you all good night, and members and patrons stream tomorrow. So see some of you tomorrow. Yeah, I get that. Just remind him I'll be there waiting for my brother. I know, Mav, darling. I know. I think crew, we're definitely taking it off. Model rail crew, but obviously, yeah. So anyway, guys, night all, and see some of you tomorrow. Night, everyone.